Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to a Next Level Broadcasting presentation of Charlevoix High School basketball. Here tonight, Charlevoix at home in the house that Haskey built, taking on the Ellsworth Lancers team just down the road. A few minutes for what is going to be a very special game, gentlemen. I'm joined alongside of me by Jaron Stamen, his dad, Tony Stamen, and he's running our camera tonight, as well as my trusty partner from last year, Eric Huffman.
Yes,
back
sir.
on the mic.
Yeah,
happy to have you guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad to join the team.
I know, but we have a very special game tonight in the fact that this is going to be after that, and we can get into more of these details in a moment, after that horrific accident that the boys golf team was in this past spring. This will be the first game that Joe Gaffney has been able to participate in.
Yeah, you know, it's so special, you know, with the whole Raider Strong movement that we had going on last year after the accident, and to watch Joe's progress. As we know, once in a while we'd get an updated post online or whatever to see Joe's progress, and obviously spent so much time in Florida during his rehab and whatnot, and so to be able to make it back up here. And it was so cool to see video last week, sitting on my couch having some coffee, saw video of Joe Gaffney here bouncing a ball during a practice, it looked like, or a scrimmage. And I'm like, wow, just 7 months ago, to go from 7 months ago to what he is to looking like today, just astronomical. And what a test of will to that young man as well.
No doubt about it. I mean, just to get into a few of the details about this accident, back on April 27th, Joe went through that. He had a shattered pelvis and a ruptured diaphragm from that accident. He underwent major reconstructive surgery, was given 76 different screws in his lower half of his body in order to deal with all that. For 10 weeks, he was non-weight bearing and required intensive rehab in order to learn just basic movements again. I mean, just to think about where he was back this spring to where he is now, being able to fully participate in practices on the floor. We'll see him in the starting lineup tonight as well. Just a phenomenal recovery that he's had. He was cleared with no restrictions by an orthopedic surgeon just over a month ago, October 30th. He was cleared for takeoff and has been playing ever since. And tonight, again, his first game action in over 7 months since the end of basketball season, and of course since that injury. And pelvic injuries like this typically take 12 to 18 months to return from. And the surgeon said he is miles ahead of where he should be. So, I mean, it's just been a phenomenal recovery for that young man. And all this information was given to me by his mom, a wonderful employee here at Charlevoix Public Schools, Miss Carrie Gaffney. She was able to send me all that stuff. So we've got a very special night here, gentlemen.
And what a cool way to also have Ellsworth involved in this, because I believe they have a member of the family that's involved with Ellsworth Schools as well.
Mr. Gaffney is the superintendent of Ellsworth Schools. So, yes, indeed. A big night not only for Charlevoix, the community, but the school, and of course the Gaffney family, and also Ellsworth too. There's a number of different Ellsworth supporters, and they were very vocal back in the spring of supporting the entire golf team as well.
You know, and let's not just forget also just the start of the 2025-26 basketball season as well this week. You know, another exciting season getting underway this week. Got started last night. I watched one off NFHS last night. Harbor Springs and Bear Lake getting things started.
Yeah, what was the final for that game, Eric?
Bear Lake ended up winning that one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step aside here for a brief moment, send it down to the floor for our athletic director, Alex Tizio. He'll be giving us the national anthem. We'll be back with your starting lineups here in just a few moments. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that if you are able to, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America through the playing of our national anthem.
Alrighty, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for our starting lineups tonight, and again on the Joe Gaffney comeback game, as well as the opening game of a 2025-2026 boys varsity basketball season between the Ellsworth Lancers and the Charlevoix Raiders. Again, Shane Smith joined alongside of me as always by Eric Huffman, Jared Stamen, and his dad this time around, Mr. Tony Stamen. As we get underway with our starting lineups, we have to begin number 15, Josiah Chellis, followed behind him number 20, Nolan Essenberg, number 35, Benjamin Strange, number 10, Ezra Wallace, and last but not least here for the Lancers, number 13, Invencio LeCount. And now for your hometown Charlevoix Raiders, ladies and gentlemen, number 3, Isaac Bentz.
At guard, senior number 1, Ian Moran.
Number 1, Ian Moran. He'll be interesting to watch today, kind of like the floor general down there.
Heard plenty of him during football season.
That's right.
Carter Greenacre.
Carter Greenacre, number 5, young sophomore as a freshman, had a
Shane
standout year
Smith's
last
favorite
year.
player.
Number 21, Talon Jacobs.
Number 21, Talon Jacobs coming up. He had a lot of great minutes coming up on the varsity squad last year as well. And last but not least,
Senior number 20.
getting his name on the floor, Mr. Joe Gaffney. And a very hearty crowd welcome for him. An emotional night not only for him, but for the rest of his family as well, coming back from such a major incident this past spring.
We'd also like to provide a proper Charlevoix welcome to tonight's game officials. Let's treat them with respect and dignity as without
So a few notes here as we get ready for tip-off,
Tonight's officials are Dan Bruni, Elmer Albright, and Aaron
provided by our partner in crime, Tom Clemenson from the Mansalona area. He'll be taking care of a lot of our Gaylord St. Mary games coming up this year.
Yeah, he's going
and
to do
he'll
some
be
East
joining
Jordan
you.
games as well, too.
East Jordan, yeah, and he'll be joining all of us here this coming weekend for the Elk Rapids Invitational. That'll be a fun series of 4 different games between Friday and Saturday night. But let's see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the revamped Raider lineup losing a couple of really good athletes last year. Jackson Krause and Ryan Pearl, 2 really good players that they need to replace.
And the tip-off, Charlevoix wins that one, courtesy of Carter Greenacre. Ian Moran had it. Talon Jacobs here, getting his first touch of the ball on the season.
Yeah,
Back up top to
Jacobs and Greenacre, a lot of time spent on the JV, and Greenacre a lot of time on the varsity last year. Ended up becoming a permanent staple on varsity towards the end of the season last year.
And 2 guys that can shoot well, move the ball around pretty well, and they've also got some good height as well. That's something that the team has been missing the last couple of years, is some height. As Ellsworth takes the first crack at the basket, up and over, no good by Benjamin Strange.
Yeah, you got to be watching the ball. Almost you got tunnel vision looking down the court, not seeing where the ball is.
Gaffney marches it down here. We've got Greenacre taking it back around to Moran at the top. He swings it to the corner to Jacobs. Raiders will take a moment to reset things. Gaffney in control now, working his way in. Tries to dump it back off to Jacobs. He's able to pick it up, work it into the paint. Gets it off to Moran. No good. Nice defense there by Benjamin Strange.
Yeah, it was a nice look off for that bounce pass, too. Maybe just a quick up fake by Moran. Maybe he gets a foul out of that.
LeCount working it in. Kisses one off the glass and gets the first 2 points of the game. Ellsworth up 2-0. Minute gone by.
Yeah, get yourself a wide stance or let him go baseline.
Gaffney hands this one off to Moran. Takes things down, lets the Raiders set up. Gets it over to Isaac Bentz here at the top. Gaffney will take back over. Meets some trouble there against Chellis. We'll have a jump ball scenario. Possession arrow will favor Ellsworth. Hey, we've got a young ref down there on the floor. It's good to see some younger guns getting up into the reffing ranks here, something that is desperately needed across
Need a youth movement everywhere.
Yeah. So Ellsworth will get the ball back, up 2-0 at the moment. Minute and a half gone by in the game. Spinning around Chellis.
Nice backside rotation on the help.
Yeah, gets it back to Wallace. He'll drive it in, and a clean block there by Jacobs. Ellsworth will retain the possession.
Yeah, good job going straight up and just making sure he gets his hand on the ball, not trying to hammer down. Again, you can hit all ball, but once you go violently, they may call the foul.
Taking care of the inbound, Nolan Essenberg. Gets this one off back into the hands of Strange. He works his way to the elbow, fires it back over to Essenberg. It's enough to Wallace, and we'll take it back up top. Driving this one in, goes for the short floater, no good from LeCount. Into the hands of Carter Greenacre, swings this one up to Bentz. Raiders will take a moment here to set things up. And that was knocked away. No, they'll say it was off of Greenacre. So the Lancers will have the ball back here. And of course, the refs are going to have a little conversation.
Yeah, a little conversation. Active hands by Wallace there, getting the ball loose. Meeting of the minds.
Yeah, the call
Heading the other
will
way.
stand. Yeah.
It's one of those things, we're getting into rule number 1 in our first game of the season. If they're going to be right up in your grill, set that person up and take them to the hole. They cannot get in front of you if you have a good, quick first step. You can get a foul out of it at least.
Ellsworth controlling the TOP time of possession so far. 2:15 gone by, still up 2-0.
Yeah, don't get sucked into the weave. You get caught in a misstep or a mismatch.
Working the baseline, the up and over, good from Chellis. Nice look by him, and Ellsworth goes up by 2 buckets. Carter Greenacre finds Bentz. Double team, gets that one off to Jacobs. He's able to grab it out and puts it up and bounces in for the Raiders' first points of the season.
Yeah, Talon Jacobs, one you're going to need to hear a lot of from this year for the Raiders to be successful.
Yeah. Raiders have a lot of young talent still on this team. A lot of sophomores on here. And we got a nice takeaway by Jacobs.
Ooh.
Tries to feed that one up to Ian Moran. Got it knocked away by Wallace.
Yeah, that's one you're going to want back.
And a big block. No foul there. All ball from Carter Greenacre. That gets the crowd on their feet.
Yeah, good hustle by Carter getting back with that block. But, yeah, trying to force a pass in between 2 defenders. And more times than not, it's going to get knocked away or stolen.
Here taking care of the inbound duties. Essenberg lets that one off. No good. The 3-pointer from LeCount into the hands of Greenacre, and the Raiders take it back.
You get some guys that filter through. Maybe you can get a trailer up the top of the key or
draw a foul.
Almost a nice lefty there.
Yeah. So that'll be the first foul of the game, or of the season rather, for both of these teams. That'll go on Nolan Essenberg. 3.5 minutes of game had gone without a single foul. Good start. Left that one a little bit short off the front of the iron.
I'll have to see if those of you listening, see if Shane learned anything from last year, as we did a lot of coaching on free throws and whatnot. And Shane always talked about drill Shane on if he remembers the proper form on a free throw.
It's all in the knees. And there it is. Made the adjustment.
You have to remember what the 3 F's are, Shane.
Oh boy, I'll have to get that rust scratched off a little bit. Feet, form, and
feet, focus, and follow through.
Okay,
well, boy.
I had 33%. That was not a good test mark. All right.
First game of the year.
4-3. Ellsworth on top. Just about halfway through the first quarter. Chellis looking for a man. Dumps this one off. He'll take it right back, though. Now it'll be over to Essenberg. He'll let one fly from 3. No good. After a Raider tip goes right back into his hands. He'll try it again. Why not? And it goes in. 4-point lead once again.
Yeah, they're apparently going to have the green light if you're going to take a step off. So you have to at least have, at least within an arm's length, to put a hand in their face.
And Moran locked the opportunity, got it back over to Isaac Bentz. A high flying shot there, goes off the glass, no good. Wallace sends this one in to Harrison Cooper, who's our first sub in this game. Wallace a little bit short there on the 3-point try. Bentz takes it back, and Gaffney will march it back up court. Feed off to Bentz, looking for a man here. Finds Moran working around in the paint by the block. Up and off the glass, no good. That's knocked around. Wallace gains control of it just before going out of bounds. Phew, gotta take a breath here. What a fast-paced game we've had already. 5 minutes gone. A lot of action here. The Raiders back on their heels a little bit. So far, the only points in this game from Talon Jacobs, number 21 down there on your screen, working against LeCount.
The good hands on the ball.
Yeah, got the takeaway here, and that'll be a foul coming up against Wallace. I love basketball.
Yeah, good job keeping possession of that. Just make sure that you're squeezing that ball with two hands, poking your, sticking your elbows out. That way you've got more pressure on there. They can't knock it loose.
And number 12, Jason McNamara.
McNamara coming out here for the Raiders.
Not too much continuity that we've seen on the offensive end for Charlevoix so far. You know, like last year where they really weaved around a lot and really had some nice backdoor cuts and some backside screens too. Haven't really gotten into the meat of their offense yet.
Peter Yanchulis also out here on the floor as well. That one goes up and over by Wallace, no good.
Might have got away with a foul there.
Pass up court to Talon Jacobs. He wasn't quite expecting that one. He'll try a three from the corner, no good. Nice rebound though by McNamara, and he'll draw the foul.
Good job going up through him, at least getting the foul out of it. Ellsworth spreading the worth on the foul so far. Or spreading the wealth. Did I say worth?
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Close enough.
So 3-0 foul count so far. Ellsworth over Charlevoix. McNamara a little bit too hard there.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of arc on that one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Next time.
Entering the game for the Raiders.
And coming in as well, Skylar Blecky will be giving Talon Jacobs a well-deserved rest on the bench. But again, Jacobs the only man scoring so far for Charlevoix. There's the arc, and it's
a lot better.
Yeah. A little adjustment. Raiders get this one back to a one-possession game, 7-4, 2:12 to go in the first quarter.
I think we just had a delay game warning on Charlevoix.
Uh-huh. So far, only one substitute brought in for Ellsworth.
It's the first time I've ever seen that box on a score sheet. Let's say warning. Got to cross it off.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
good chance to take a charge there, too, if he keeps his feet and lets him absorb that punishment.
So it'll be the first foul coming up against Charlevoix. That'll be on Ian Moran.
Yeah, it had a chance by Yanchulis there to set his feet, possibly take a charge, but before Moran got that foul.
Wallace working his
Like
way
right
up.
there,
That
if he'd have
will
kept his
be-
feet instead of jumping up, that's
Yep.
another opportunity.
So it'll be against Peter Yanchulis. Raiders catching up on the foul tally. 2 straight in about 6 game seconds. There's the count here, works against Moran, drives all the way into the basket. No look pass, intercepted by Yanchulis.
Nice. Good rotation, help side defense on the backside, and good job stepping in and getting the steal there.
The 4th foul for this game now against Ellsworth. That'll be against Josiah Chellis. And coming in back now, Nolan Essenberg. Minute 47 to go here in the first quarter. Slowed down a bit. We've had a number of fouls, a couple of different shooting opportunities. The Raiders will take it back here, still down 3. And Chulis brings it across the logo. Excuse me, that's Greenacre. Now it's Yanchulis. Gets that one back to Greenacre. He's been good from the three-point line last year. Still hasn't taken a shot yet this season.
But nothing really set up for him to be able
No.
to take one yet in this game.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that one goes ping-ponging around. It will remain Raider ball. Bouncing off at least 3 different players. And we got another substitute coming in. This will be Brody Horgan. For the first time tonight. And taking care of the inbound duties here. And that one intercepted. Nice job there by LeCount, but taken right back into the hands of Yanchulis and Greenacre, who wanted that 3, just a little bit too heavy off the heel. He has it back, thought about the 3-point try. Gets it inside to Yanchulis, and that will be a little loss of control there. Back into the hands of the Lancers.
Yeah, but Greenacre is good enough. That young man's got a green light whenever he's got the ball.
Yeah.
You know, just have the space and get that baby up.
Some early season jitters so far from Yanchulis. Seeing a couple of bobbled handles so far from him. As we settle into the final 60 seconds of the first quarter. No team has scored except for the one free throw that Charlevoix had in the last about 3 game minutes. Up and away, a three-pointer, no good from Essenberg. Back in the hands of Moran. 45 seconds now. Brody Horgan for 3, just a little bit too strong. And that'll be Charlevoix ball.
And the difference I've seen just in this first period right now, this year compared to last, is you had some players that would actually attack the basket even from the outside too. It looks like we're trying to do more passing and trying to work the ball in there instead of looking to try to force our way in there.
.35 to go in the first. Moran gets this one off to Greenacre, swings it around. Thought about that from Blecky. Go back inside to McNamara onto the basket. Up top we go.
Yeah, and your bigs underneath. They got to be confident to go up strong as you're going to get a double dribble there. You got to be confident to go up strong. It's too much of the passing it in, and as soon as they're getting in there, their first look is to try to get rid of it instead of looking to see if they can score.
Wallace taking it here for the Lancers. Speeding his way along, lost control. And apparently that was a foul against Greenacre.
Raider foul number 5, Carter Greenacre. His first.
Didn't see much there.
I didn't either. I'm glad you saw the same thing, Jared. I thought Wallace slid into him, but
yes, but that official, he's been around for many, many years and just spent some time out there explaining to him what was going on.
Won't be a shooting foul. Quick little 5-foot jumper, no good from Billy Hopp. Number 11 there on your screen. 10 seconds, and he gets the interception. Now Carter Greenacre bats that one off his hand. It will remain Ellsworth ball with 5 seconds to go.
And that's one thing you got to do if you've got a 2-on-1 or a situation like that. You've got to keep going until that defender commits. He's either coming to you or he's going to the other guy. And if he's not coming to you, just take up the slack and look to score. If he comes to you, then you've got that open pass instead of just letting him be in the middle.
My goodness, Wallace almost from the logo for a 3.
It's good.
It's a matter of inches, let me tell you. It was darn close, but that will take care of the first quarter of action. 7-4. We're going to step away for our first commercial break and come back on the other side of this. Stay tuned.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more, the Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehouseCharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
And coming back into this one, just about ready to begin our second quarter of action as Jared gets things switched around here on the scoreboard. Eric and I wanted to poke at him a little bit, see what he had to say about this first quarter.
You know, Jared, he's a big football guy, great job with following East Jordan this year. So, yeah, his first basketball game with us. So, well, yeah, any thoughts out of this first period of the season?
Well, first off, I appreciate the warm welcome, guys, into your little crew here. But no, it was a great start by Ellsworth, and Charlevoix really settled in on defense, but they haven't been able to get the offense going. It's really been, like you said, the bigs just aren't shooting their shots, not seeing confidence. Definitely like to see more of that in the second quarter.
All right. So with that, the Raiders will have the ball to begin this second quarter. Gaffney. What? Oh, the clock did not start. I was going to say that was a really powerful drive to begin from Gaffney. After all this.
As I see him jiggling the wire on the controller down there, it looks like we're good now.
Yeah, we got 7:55 on the game clock. I don't know if we can communicate that.
That's what
down
they
there.
said down there, and that's
Awesome.
what they're looking to fix, although they stuck at 56 for whatever reason.
Hey, for being an amateur clock operator, I'll give Jarrett some kudos there. He was within a second, and the clock didn't even start. All right, so Gaffney will stay in control with the ball for the moment at least. Fires off to Jacobs. 1 bucket and 2 free throws is all the Raiders have had so far. Wallace, no problem there. I thought he was going to go for the jam, but
Yeah,
he had a
sure
little
there for a
gentleman's
second.
layup.
Yeah, everyone held their breath for a
But,
second.
man-to-man by Ellsworth, they're just getting right up in their face and saying, hey, you're going to have to just beat me.
Yeah.
You can't just stand there and get in a dribble contest.
Yeah, no good there from Isaac Benz. You know, I was looking at Tom Clemenson's show notes he provided to us, and one thing that he said for Ellsworth is keeping their composure. That'll be one of the keys to this game, and so far they've done just that. They've held strongly against Charlevoix, holding them to only 4 points in the first quarter.
Going to get a foul on, jump ball. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to definitely
Must
go
have kept the
Charlevoix's
hand on the
way.
ball there. Yeah, I think for Charlevoix right now, too, is getting back on defense. As you see on the right side when Ellsworth's coming down, they're able to leak a guy on the right side, and Charlevoix's not being able to get their guys on the block to find their man or get set up and see where all the men are and where the ball is.
You know, Charlevoix's lucky so far. Ellsworth has not been able to connect with their three-pointers as another one goes up and falls just off the front of the iron. This would be a much different game already if that were the case. So far, only one made three, I believe.
Almost a very nice bounce pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, these passing lanes, Ellsworth is all over. Charlevoix's really got to look, like you said, Eric, to get past these man guys and beat their guy, get them out of position, because right now they're just having their way on defense.
Big heave to Jacobs, back over to Benson in the corner. Thought about
We got to be careful of that skip pass.
Carter Greenacre, there it is. The first Raider 3 of the season, brought to you by that young man, number 5. 9-7.
Makes Shane smile every time.
That's right.
Nope. Where's the help side on the back?
Greenacre got a hand on it. Now it's Bentz. That's a nice banker off the glass. Provided to you by 35 Benjamin Strange for the Lancers. Go back up by 4. Over and back.
Nope. He carried the ball. Mr. Jacobs did.
Yeah, this isn't the NBA, Eric. They actually call that in high school.
Yeah, right. Can't pick it up, take 5 steps, put it back down.
Well, you know. Just about 6 minutes left to go in the half. Tell you, that's a nice goatee sported by Mr. LeCount down there. Up and away, the three-point shot, no good. Off the heel by Essenberg. Back in the hands of Gaffney.
Nice pass, Joe.
Gets
Oh,
it.
and almost got
Oh.
a finish.
Would have been a great assist to go in Gaffney's stat book to begin the season, but alas, not able to get that one to fall in. There'll be a travel, though,
Yep, pack his bags. He's traveling.
with TVC, Terry Capital Airport,
Yes, sir.
offering 20 nonstop destinations around the country.
Well, that was quite smooth there, Shane.
Thanks.
Including to
Well,
Atlanta in May.
Yeah, that's right. Eric teed that one up for me like I was back in like second grade t-ball.
Oh, yeah.
All I had to do was knock it out of the park.
Can't set it up any easier, man.
No. Talon Jacobs go. Oh, in and
tough
out.
shot.
No.
He's got that shot in his arsenal, though.
Yeah, no doubt. And the three-pointer from the corner, no good. And Isaac Bent's not able to hang on to it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that's when I was going to say hits him in a bad spot, right in the hands.
Yep.
You know, you expect that one to bounce off the rim funny, so, you know, when it's
Yeah.
in your hands, it is a bit of a shock.
Yeah,
there,
I
Eric.
get that. Oh,
Just a wee
Yeah,
bit
he
of
w- he-
communication there.
yeah. He was looking for the out route, and he went in.
Yeah. Lions have been seeing a lot of that recently.
Kittens, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
The kittens.
They've certainly been meowing a lot recently. No roars there.
Doom,
I
doom,
digress.
doo-doo-doo-doo. Go, Pack, go. Oh,
Oh,
did I say that
right.
too
Oh,
loud?
wow. Hey, those are fighting words. But in the meantime, Isaac Bentz gets a nice one off the glass. Wow. Okay.
Hey, only
Eric
because
and I might not be friends anymore.
only because I picked them for the next level crew for the football
this
season
is
to
true.
win
That
the
is true.
division.
Wallace with a nice look there, just a little bit too fast. Ellsworth gains control. The cellist working his way in. A high banker, no good. Into the hands
Yeah,
of
nice
Greenacre.
rebound.
Raiders have not been able to get tied or take the lead so far this game. They're within 2 right now. Talon Jacobs.
Oh, yeah, the backside helper.
Where's that trailer when you need it? 4:20 to go in the first half for anybody who indulges. 11-9, and we'll have a foul coming up here against Mr. Jacobs.
Yeah, Talon Jacobs just up too close to him. He almost riding his body and just throws an arm in there. You're just not in position to even try it.
Entering the game for Ellsworth, number 11, Billy Hop.
Hop coming back in here for the Lancers. Up and away, the 3-pointer from Mr. Hop, no good. Bounces around, he gets it back into his control, sends it up to Essenberg. He'll take a moment, finds Cooper. Now it'll be Wallace once again. Raiders forcing everything to be on the perimeter so far in this possession. Good find inside to Wallace, though, and it finally gets one to go in.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass.
Yeah. A nice finish there by Wallace. Was able to contain himself a little bit. He's had a little too much power on the last couple of layup attempts. And the Lancers find themselves back up by 4, 13-9. Low-scoring defensive affair so far as both teams try to knock the rust off. Isaac Bentz going for the 3, just off the mark, no good.
What was nice about that, though, he had a lane, so he went and attacked. He had defenders commit to him, which left the guy wide open. So a good job by him, at least getting guys to commit to him, possibly going up himself, but then you're leaving the guy open for a nice pass.
And we're going to have our first timeout of the game.
It's a 30-second timeout.
30-second variety.
Well, I feel like after that after the second quarter, I think both these teams have kind of settled a little bit more into their offenses. You know, we're seeing a little bit more points scored. Game's getting a little bit closer, but still Ellsworth in the passing lanes, it's still been a trouble for Charlevoix.
It's always, you know, no matter what, you always have first game jitters no matter what's going on. You get that metallic-y taste in your mouth and the heart rate starts going up and whatever. And you know, you got to get that stuff out of the way and then your body starts calming down. You get that second wind sometime about the middle of the second period. And then it's like, oh, just like getting on a bike again.
Yeah, and that's what basketball is. I mean, I think that's what it was for all of us. Once we got the jitters kind of worked out, getting our broadcast set up, it's been smooth sailing ever since, and I think we're having a pretty good time, if I do say so myself. Enjoy it up here with you guys. Charlevoix, though, like you said, Jared, finding a little bit of rhythm, but anything that Charlevoix does, Ellsworth says, anything you can do, I can do better at the moment.
Well, what it looks like we're seeing from the Ellsworth side now, too, is they're starting to ramp up the pressure little by little, almost like they're bringing it not just in their face at quarter court, moving it to half court now. And, you know, if they're going to keep in the pressure with Charlevoix with the way they haven't had continuity going on offense, might be something for Ellsworth to look into more of.
Wallace feeds this one off to Chalice. He'll take it back up top to Wallace once again. 3 minutes to go flat in the first half. And again, a little bit too much mustard there on the layup attempt.
Yeah, but again, that's another nice drive by Wallace. You've got to make sure you've got a nice base and keeping an arm's length to make sure you've got that distance instead of just standing straight up and being too close.
Wallace closed in on Greenacre, fed it off to Mr. Moran, was not able to get that one in. A couple of easy missed opportunities here in recent minutes by the Raiders.
You know, and with points at a premium tonight, you never know if those 2 points would be very important.
Yeah, no doubt. One 3-pointer made so far by the Raiders, I believe 2 from Ellsworth.
I believe that's going to be on LeCount.
Yep. Indeed it is. Each team with a foul so far in this quarter.
Entering the game for the Raiders, number 12, Jason McNamara, number 20, Brody Horgan, and number 2, Sky Bucky.
As you can see, Jared, now you've got Ellsworth players here coming up, even on the inbounds from full court now. Oh, now they're going to have them back off, but yet maybe not press, but maybe just to show a little bit and not just, hey, you're not going to be able to just walk it down the court.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to let anything easy, Charlevoix, get anything easy going.
Looks like a little 1-3-1 on this setup for defense.
And a little bit of a shift change here. Horgan, Blecky, and McNamara back out on the floor for the Raiders. Horgan wasn't able to get a handle on that one as it goes out to the Ellsworth locker room. Going in, back out, now back in again as LeCount spins around from about 8 feet, puts it in, no problem.
Eric, how do you feel about that shot? He shot it over 2 people. He did make it, but as a coach, what would you feel like in that situation?
What I like is that he went up there and did the hesitation, see if he get anyone to go up, but yet he still had the athleticism to get that shot off. And you're in the paint, so you know you're in the 70% area, and if you got a decent look, why not get that shot off?
Lucky off to Greenacre. Again, the Raiders find themselves down now by the largest margin that they have so
Ellsworth
far
with
this
their
game.
1-3-1 really stretching them out here, making them just go east and west. There's no north and south going on right now.
Nice behind the back pass to Horgan. Finds some trouble, and it'll be a travel call.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were going to call that. That foot moved just enough.
6-point differential with 90 seconds to go in the first half.
So with a 1-3-1, if you go with a 5 on a dice, even at quarter court, and do a 2-1-2, a couple of quick passes, you'll find an easy shot to get off.
Count staring down McNamara. Back up top. Gathered just before going out of bounds was Chellis. He'll drive it all the way in. Left unattended. Not able to get that one to fall in, though. Gets his own rebound and the putback.
Heck of an effort there.
Yeah.
I like the explosiveness to the basket, just like you said, a little bit too strong, but chasing his own rebound and putting it back up for 2.
Last time these two teams played, Charlevoix won 65-41. This is about as different of a game as you could have, as a high banker goes no good.
Yeah, nice opportunity, though, by Blecky.
Long range bomb dropped by LeCount. Yeah, and Ellsworth goes up by 11, 20-9. Raiders would like to go away into the halftime break with at least some points.
Yeah, you're gonna get a second foul on Ezra Wallace probably there, but good job by Ellsworth with their 1-3-1 there. And what's happening is when you bring the ball down the right side, your backside on the 1-3-1 slides down and takes care of that backside pass, and that's where you get your drive from the right side from Charlevoix. You got to be careful not to be enticed into throwing that pass. You're gonna get 5 seconds, I believe.
Yeah. Charlevoix's been close a few times on those 5 seconds. Just that time, Ellsworth defense. Their passing lanes are just absolutely not open.
No business allowed there for Ellsworth. 21 seconds to go in the half with a commanding 11-point lead as LeCount left wide open for a 3. That one just off the mark. Into the hands of the Raiders for one last crack at the basket with 10 seconds to go. That one up to Horgan, somehow saves it, throws it into the hands of LeCount, and he'll have 5 seconds to get a shot off. Gets it stripped away, and that will be well short by Blecky. The Raiders find themselves down 20-9 as we go into the halftime break. If I'm not mistaken, Eric, I don't recall a 9-point half by Charlevoix at all last year.
Well, again, it goes to show by the team that we saw last year, they had a lot of senior leadership. And the team that's got to find an identity going into this year, again, a lot of continuity. They knew they were a very cohesive unit. You could mix and match those guys and put them in all sorts. You know, I talk about Ryan Pearl so much last year, and at the start of this show today, you could put Ryan Pearl last year, played in 4 different positions. Yeah. Right now, this Charlevoix group for this season right now needs to find an identity because we haven't seen any, like you said, continuity on offense yet so far in this game.
Alrighty. Jared, any final words before we send it to our halftime break?
Well, you know, I'm starting to learn these teams for the first time, so I'm soaking in a lot of what you guys are saying, but first things I could see is the defensive effort. I've been kind of, anytime I chime in, it's Ellsworth, their passing lanes, their hands are, anytime someone gets the ball, they're getting immediately pressed. They're just making Charlevoix extremely uncomfortable, and that's really what they got to work on, being comfortable with the uncomfortable.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a few minutes with our TVC Cherry Capital Airport halftime show. Stay tuned.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein.
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws.
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
And of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, Auto Owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe, without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Are you or someone you know in need of commercial, residential, or marine electrical work? Look no further than Charlevoix's best, Wilmot Electric. Serving our community for 35 years, Wilmot Electric has just what you need to keep you and your family safe year-round with their highly professional team that works hard to find a solution to all of your electrical needs. That's Wilmot Electric. Call them today at 231-547-5583 or visit them online at wilmotelectric.com.
I got one for you, boss.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what's black, white, and dented all over?
I give up.
The company truck? Yeah, it's bad. But thanks to our agent, we've already submitted the claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Lucky for you, that's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods, with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more, the Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
I got one for you, boss.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what's black, white, and dented all over?
I give up.
The company truck? Yeah, it's bad. But thanks to our agent, we've already submitted the claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Lucky for you, that's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods, with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Are you or someone you know in need of commercial, residential, or marine electrical work? Look no further than Charlevoix's best, Wilmot Electric. Serving our community for 35 years, Wilmot Electric has just what you need to keep you and your family safe year-round with their highly professional team that works hard to find a solution to all of your electrical needs. That's Wilmot Electric. Call them today at 231-547-5583 or visit them online at wilmotelectric.com.
Hey, Dad, brought you some popcorn. You should relax. You worked so hard for us.
What happened?
It's a little fender bender, but Mom already filed a claim with our agent, and we can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Sounds like simple human sense. Well played.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to our TVC Cherry Caliph Airport halftime show. We're not having any fun up here at all.
Dude, it's basketball season. How can you not have fun?
I know, right?
Come on.
Shane Smith, Eric Huffman, Jared Stamen, and his dad running our camera, Tony Stamen, taking this one to you live here from the house that Husky built in Charlevoix.
Yeah.
And speaking of Charlevoix, we'll start with the Raiders, guys. They are trying to really knock some serious rust off here. Haven't been able to find much glue so far in this game as they find themselves down 11-20-9.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned glue, and I mentioned the big glue guy, Ryan Pearl from last year that they're missing out. So they've got to find that identity. Who's going to be the floor captain of this group? Who's going to make sure they're all together out on the floor? And then you've got to start branching it out from there. They've got to start, helping each other out. Like, again, last year's group, they could barely have to talk to each other. They just knew what everyone was doing, and they were just one unit out on the court. And so they've got to find a way to get that way. And obviously losing 2 or 3 starters from last year and plugging these new guys in, it's going to take a little time possibly.
Mm-hmm. And, one thing I did like, you saw a lot more in the second quarter, was there's a lot more open looks. There was that time, I believe it was Talon Jacobs driving to the basket, shoots it out, wide open shot. Even though Charlevoix didn't hit that, you're starting to see more of the driving, being a lot more aggressive. They're beating that press man and getting to their guys open. They just haven't been hitting the shots, which is, why we haven't seen them reach double digits yet. But I'd like to see those shots start falling, and we're seeing the warm-up, seeing a lot more shots going in that hoop than I was seeing in that first half.
And speaking of offensive shots, Eric, you had an offensive play that you wanted to drop on the board for Charlevoix to take a look at.
Well, let's just go with something simple, just to get some continuity in going and whatnot. This is something we drew up last year. We'll just call it just an old 3 out and 2 in.
Real quick, this is the Eric Huffman coach cam provided by the Lake House of Charlevoix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't write Lake House in the middle of there. Sorry about that.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll just go with the simple 3 out and 2 in. You can pass either one side or the other. So we'll just say the guard wants to pass here. This big is going to go over there and seal this guy hard as this one flashes over. At the same time, this guard's going to come and pick for this guy, and this guard will flash to the middle real hard. So you've got one flash in here as a possible inside, one flashing over as a possible inside. So you're looking here and you're looking here. If this guard doesn't get it, he's going to pop up. This guard stays here. This guard will pop up if he doesn't get it. We're looking here, flashing to see if we can't get it inside. After this screen, this guy's going to quickly flash to the middle, see if we can't lob it over the top or maybe a bounce pass here. And then we'll just reset, and we've got 3 out, 2 in, and away we go once again. You can reverse it to this guard popping up, and we can go to the opposite side and set it up again. Pass here, screen away, flash to the middle, flash over, pop up here, reverse it, and away we go. Back and forth until you get a shot. Regardless, what I like to see is hopefully within a pass or 2, we're getting a shot up in under 10 seconds anyway.
Yeah.
But this is the way to get some continuity going.
And ladies and gentlemen, a little history on this. The coach cam, backed by popular demand, provided by Eric Huffman, who was a coach in Harbor Springs, not only for the Harbor Springs Ram, but also the Harbor Springs Light Christian. You'll have to remind me of that school, Eric.
Harbor Light Christian?
Yeah, but what's their mascot?
Oh, the Swordsman.
The Swordsman, yeah. So he's been a coach of basketball for, over 20 years it was, right?
Yeah, 25 years.
25 years. So he's got a lot of experience, and that's why he's paid the big bucks here to join us on these broadcasts. So we're happy to have that. We'll show off that coach cam a little bit here and there, flash it around. As he likes to say, there's a lot of flashing going on the board, so we'll flash the coach cam every now and then, especially as the game gets down into more crucial minutes later on here, and hopefully the Raiders can find some ways to dig themselves out of this 11-point deficit. The last time that these two teams met once again, Charlevoix won 65-41. It was a different team, different players, different atmosphere with these guys, and there's just a lot of finding each other out, feeling things around right now that they're doing in this season opener.
Yeah, real quick, we'll give a scoring update. Bentz
with
2, Greenacre with 3, McNamara with 1, and Jacobs with 3 for Charlevoix. Ellsworth, Wallace with 4, LeCount with 7, Chalice with 4, Essenberg with 3, and Ben Strange with 2 points to round out the Lancers.
All right. Charlevoix will begin the second half. A nice statement should be had here, trying to get the first points of the half to allow the Raiders to kind of settle their way back into this one. And we'll start with an
offensive foul.
Yeah. That'll be against, I believe, Isaac Benz. Okay. Well, that wasn't quite getting the first points on the board. It was the first foul on the board instead.
Now they got to make a statement on defense.
Then he stepped over the line, inbounding it, so it's going to go back to Charlevoix now.
Okay.
Well, mental errors by both teams to start out. Playing field's even.
Right. Interesting opening 10 seconds here of the half. But no harm, almost no foul. No points scored at least. Yeah, we're running up against that 5 seconds.
Oh, you got to go up strong, young fella.
Talon Jacobs, one of the sophomores. Joe Gaffney gets it!
Beautiful
Ladies
shot.
and gentlemen, Joe Gaffney, as the crowd is on their feet, gets a three-pointer in, back to his old form from last year. What a thing of beauty to see. And the opposing three-point try, no good from Benjamin Strange. Moran fighting his way against Wallace.
That's the thing with Moran. If he had a drove, he had the other defender committing. He could have kicked it out to Joe again.
Nice no-look pass to Benz. He wasn't able to connect on the three. Moran got the rebound. Back over up top now to Carter Greenacre. In and out. Almost back-to-back threes here for the Raiders. But they bring it back within single digits, at least 20-8, 8-point deficit. Or excuse me, 20-12. Now make that 10 once again.
Yeah, like we talked in the first half, not getting back and finding everyone and giving up a cheap one underneath.
Still catching my breath after that Gaffney three-pointer. What a nice thing to see back. He did not lose that form. And a nice feed to Moran.
Nice look.
22-14.
Yeah, we need to see some more out of Ian Moran. His first two of the night.
LeCount looking for a three-point try of his own. That one just off the front of the iron, no good. Moran to Jacobs.
Yeah, what you need to do, though, if he's not going to throw it to the guy in the middle, he needs to take it to the middle, and then he'll have an open wing on the side.
There you go, Eric. That's what you've been looking for from Jacobs. He went in, fought for that contact, drew the foul. He'll be going up to the line.
Yes, sir. They must have had our show on in there at halftime.
Yeah, that's right.
I got to say, this is a new look Raiders at this second half, this third quarter. I mean, it is aggressive. They're shooting threes, already 4 threes. All been pretty good looks. Can't complain. And getting to the free throw line, I don't think we saw that really other than that first 2 minutes of the first quarter.
Wow, that one goes in a little pinball machine there. Finally finds its way through the hole.
Yeah, that one was close to. It's either going in or it's going way off.
Yeah. That one, just a little too much mustard once again. So it'll remain a 7-point game, 22-15. Just as Jared astutely pointed out, the Raiders have shown some new offensive spark here, but then they allow Mr. LeCount to go unattended right to the basket.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the effort has been going on offense, not so much defense.
Gaffney with it once again, trying to power his way into the paint. Takes it back out. Spins around. Fires it off.
Nice find. Oh.
Yeah, Talon Jacobs thought about the three-point, said loses it there in the paint, and that will go back to Ellsworth.
Almost seems like Jacobs, it's his first time starting on varsity, I believe. And it just looks like he's trying to think and do too much in his head and just do basic movements at first until he gets more comfortable out there.
That'll be a foul coming up here.
It should be on the floor.
Yep. And that'll be against Talon Jacobs.
Raider foul on number 21, Talon
Got a
Jacobs.
couple fouls now for him. Second of the game. I don't believe anybody for the Raiders has more than 2 fouls. Am I correct there, Eric?
Yeah, we'll get you a look here.
Okay.
Nice defense going straight out by Jacobs.
Greenacre will stop, allow the Raiders to help support him.
Yeah, Jacobs the only one with 2.
Okay. From the corner, in and out. Oh my gosh, Gaffney, close one there. And that one will sail almost out of bounds. Wallace is able to save it, but then it goes right into the hands of Isaac Benson. The Raiders have it back.
Oh, he had the backside cutter. Nope, not now.
That was right square into the hands of Nolan Essenberg. Wallace lays it in, no problem. And it's back to an 11-point lead, 26-15. A nice 6-point spark from the Raiders in the opening 4 minutes of this quarter, more than they had in any one of the other 2 quarters.
You're going to get a timeout by the Raiders.
But they've allowed just the same number of points scored by Ellsworth. So Coach Troshak will call a timeout here. We'll take a minute to talk about it.
Yeah, kind of like what we saw out there. You getting a little more fight out of the Raiders, especially on the offensive end. But it's just, again, I think at times they're just trying to do a little bit too much, trying to make that, force that extra pass or whatnot instead of just keeping it to basics. And it was a nice run, and then you had a couple of lapses on defense, and here we're right back where we started.
Yeah, a couple of unaccounted for LeCount baskets there. The Raiders let them go right by, got a couple in there, and that sparked the Lancers to go back up by 11. 6-6 scored between the two teams each at the moment through the first 3.5 minutes of this third quarter. Raiders have the ball with Jacobs able to take care of the inbounds, gets it off to Moran. Gaffney 1 for 2 so far from the three-point line. Jan Chulis spins around, gets his first points of the game. And
nice job by him. And, we talked about in the first half, his first look looked he was trying to get rid of it. Nice attack.
Our star kicker for the Raider football team as well. Ellsworth trying to answer back with a three-pointer, no good. Jacobs gets the rebound.
Get your lanes filled and get a trailer. You could have a kick out.
Wallace nearly pickpockets. Nice no-look pass to Carter Greenacre, and it's in. Second three-pointer of the game for Carter Greenacre, back to his old form from last year.
Yeah.
Raiders back within 6.
Once he gets hot, he can pretty much shoot him with his eyes closed.
Yep. Nice no-look pass there once again on the assist from Jacobs. Working our way back over to LeCount. He'll try for a deep three, and it's in. Clean swish. He was 3 steps behind the arc on that one.
Tough shot, right over Gaffney.
That is a man with confidence right there. Bearing one from out there with Gaffney closing in on him. Back to a 9-point game. Jan Chulis fighting for his life under the basket.
Good job getting out of lane.
Moran to Gaffney for another 3-point try. There it is! The crowd goes wild once again. 6-point game, 29-23.
This is a new-look Raiders team. I don't feel like I'm watching the same game, fellas.
My goodness me, 14 points already in this
block
quarter.
Too. Jan Chulis get up there with his hand outstretched and just got up on the top.
That's a block we haven't seen since the first quarter. Strong blocks right there under the basket. All ball, no contact otherwise. Carter Greenacre going to take a moment on the bench. Coming back in, Skylar Blecky. Bailey Hopp comes in as well for the Lancers. 3:03 to go in the third. Up and away, another three-pointer. Instead of dueling banjos, we got dueling three-pointers here.
Yeah, you're going to have to get out and get a little bit closer to him and make him do something else. Maybe starting to have him pass the ball.
Back-to-back threes here for LeCount. Anytime the Raiders seem to gain a little momentum, the Lancers able to take it right back as Gaffney tries his way into the paint once again. Slipped up a little bit, not able to get the jumper to go in. Moran gets it, back over to Jacobs, now to Blecky in the corner. That one's a little off the mark.
Yeah, he was a little rushed on the shot, didn't set his feet, a little bit too much in the arms.
Going in, back up around the arc we go. Wallace going to try his hand at it. Haven't seen a shot from him in a little while. Lost control there. Up and over, the Ellsworth crowd was not too happy about that. Saw a little extra contact than they would have liked from the Raiders. Ian Moran and the Raiders with just over 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Great idea.
That one go by.
Right idea.
Yep.
As he was wide open. Just got to connect it.
And one thing I've seen from Ian Moran is 2 really tough offensive rebounds, jumping over a guy a little bit taller than him and giving Charlevoix another chance at a basket. Really like to see the effort. Very different second half.
Checking in for the Raiders, number 12, Jason McNamara.
McNamara coming back in now for Charlevoix.
When you get those guys driving, what the Raiders did great last year is there was always somebody left at the short corner or someone at the top of the key for a dump off.
Spinning around, LeCount goes up and no good.
One of the first times we've seen him miss.
I know. The Raiders caught a lucky break there. Still down by 9 as Moran got the rebound, takes it back the other way. The McNamara inside to Jan Chulis, and that'll be a reach-in foul there from Strange.
Second foul on Strange. We get a couple of subs coming in.
We got Harrison Cooper as well as Josiah Chellis coming back in.
Checking in for Ellsworth, our number 33, Harrison Cooper.
Great coverage for the game tonight, too. Nice to see the Record Eagle and the news review here covering this game tonight.
7 and 4. I don't know if I've seen 9 and 10, but most of the Traverse City and Petoskey publications here for this big night, as that one will go out of bounds off the Lancer. I believe that was LeCount who had the last touch on it, so the Raiders will have it still. Minute 31 to go in the third. Lucky taking care of the inbound. Fires off to Greenacre. Thought about that three. Wallace closed in on him. Goes for the mid-range jumper instead. Gets his own rebound and the putback. There you go. Good follow-up by Greenacre.
Get 5 points in this period for him.
32-25. Closest the Raiders have been is within 6. And that'll be a foul coming up against Charlevoix as Josiah Chellis went for about an 8-footer.
Yeah, and these refs have been pretty hesitant on calling any shooting fouls, allowing a lot of contact under the hoop.
They're letting them attack the basket too, which is kind of what I like. Nothing extracurricular.
In and out, no good there for Chellis. That'll be the second foul on Ian Moran so far this game.
Charlevoix 50% from the line so far. These are the first two for Ellsworth, I think.
Okay. Well, Ellsworth's 50% now too.
And we've got a timeout on the floor.
All right, we're going to step aside for a quick break. We'll be back after this.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more, the Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehouseCharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
And coming back into this one, ladies and gentlemen, Charlevoix within 8, 33-25 as we got a ruckus student section here. Nice showing by them. Been a big help so far in keeping the atmosphere alive for this game, which, gentlemen, it has been a good one so far, especially Charlevoix's been slowly chipping away at that Ellsworth lead. It's been as close as 6, as far as 11. We're at 8 right now, 33-25.
Well, and let's just say that's real cool to be able to have this game today because of all the snow that was out there. And you had some cancellations out there today, so be able to still have this game is really cool.
Certainly helps that the two teams are within about 10 minutes of
Ellsworth going to switch to their 1-3-1 now, coming out of the timeout.
Moran swinging around finds Greenacre.
So whenever a pass happens with a 1-3-1, your defenders are going to shift and move with the ball, and so that's where your passing lanes get taken away. So you got to make sure you're not trying to force a pass because a lane you think is open is going to quickly go away.
Greenacre with a nice bounce pass along the baseline to Yanchulis, and he'll draw a foul.
Yeah, Wallace put the hammer down. That was an easy one.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, keeping those hands up instead of swatting them down. It's when you're swatting them down that whistle gets blown.
The third foul coming up here on Wallace. Team's third so far in this quarter, both the Raiders and the Lancers with 3. Yanchulis at the charity stripe for 2. Gets the first one in beautiful form, Eric. How about that?
I was thinking the same thing there, Shane.
I didn't need to say anything, so it must have been good.
Yeah. Too much there, but hey, he gets it back.
Though. Come on.
No, his first one, I will say,
it's so hard to make
decidedly
100% of all your shots, man.
Right.
It really is.
The Raiders get a free shot here again at the basket after getting that free throw. And Moran takes it at the top, gets it over to McNamara. He works his way around in the paint, fires it off to Yanchulis, and it falls in. Takes a Raider roll.
Boy, that snuck its way in.
Yeah, it did.
It sure did.
Sat there and thought about it for a second.
Nope. Oh. And just like that, I think Greenacre put the hammer down on that one.
Yeah, that was a really nice flop by Greenacre. That was out of there.
No mistaking that fall.
But again, that's another time of transition defense not getting set up and getting caught.
Yeah, you get to rely on the block there, and a lot of times when you have to make an aggressive block from the back, you're going to hit a little bit more than ball.
With the Greenacre's second foul. Momentarily, the Raiders had it within 5. Now we got the first free throw made by Chellis. ×2. 35-28. Raiders have 15 seconds to work with here before the quarter comes to an end. Moran and Chellis back and forth. Now over to Blecky.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Sometimes out of the 1-3-1, you'll run a almost like an LSU trap, where you'll trap the corners and cut off the short passes.
Oh, Raiders ran out of time there.
See, they're too busy watching the shifting movement.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, 35-28 the score going into the final frame of this game. We'll be back in about 60 seconds on the other side of
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Hey, Dad, brought you some popcorn. You should relax. You worked so hard for us.
What happened?
It's a little fender bender, but Mom already filed a claim with our agent, and we can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Sounds like simple human sense. Well played.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
And coming back in as we enter the fourth and final frame of 8 minutes here. Charlevoix down 35-28. Eric, you were counting up the points here a minute ago. Charlevoix, for the first time this game, outscored Ellsworth in the quarter.
They actually put 19 points up that period. Outscored them 19-15. Just some of those 15 by Ellsworth, I think we could have had a hand in not them scoring as much on the defensive end.
Chellis here, bobbing and weaving his way in, sends it back over to Essenberg. He'll take it from the corner. That one's just off the iron, no good. Wallace somehow comes away with the rebound. Will be LeCount left wide open again. That's the third time this half we've seen him take it up and in unabated. And we go back to a 9-point lead.
Yeah, and he had open lane, and good job by his teammate setting that screen there, so he had a nice easy layup.
Gaffney back in here. Pass over to Moran. Thought about the three-pointer from the corner. Reels it back in. Now he'll try it. That one a little too hard. McNamara with the cleanup job. We've got a
30-second timeout by the Raiders, I believe.
Back to a 7-point affair, 37-30.
Yeah, you don't know if they're going to possibly start ramping up maybe a little bit of their pressure. Maybe a 7-point game. Good job by them keeping it within range with still a lot of time left. So yeah, maybe it's time for them to start bringing a little pressure out. The only issue is Ellsworth seems like overall a more athletic team, and if you can beat any type of pressure, you're going to have some type of mismatch. And so you really got to be careful. And maybe you back up if you're going to do any type of pressure or pressing right now. Maybe you start at a half court, see if you can't get them disruptive, and then start moving your way back up, maybe to three-quarters court, maybe to full court. Okay. Let's see what we're capable of doing before we just try something full court and then give up easy buckets. As we see, we're setting up as almost like just a matchup, just a show man-to-man looks like almost kind of a mock box press. Maybe we'll see how the rotation goes. Oh yeah, it looks like almost a box press. Definitely a box press. We'll have to go up. We'll go over that at some point.
Okay. Coach Cam fired up and ready to go. As LeCount here thinks about it against Greenacre. Work past him instead. Goes for the mid-range jumper, and it's in. My God, Mr. LeCount is one heck of an athlete for these Lancers. How many points has he accounted for so far?
Oh!
That was too easy. Anyway, Ian Moran here, double team, gets it back over to McNamara.
I'll get you a total.
All right, sounds good. You'll count them up for us? Yes, Carter Greenacre. That one, I believe, was tipped. Yep, it was by Essenberg. Falls short. Raiders have it back, though. McNamara doing a good job on the rebound. Talon Jacobs, and it's in. Perfect switch. And the Raiders come back within 6, 39-33. And a nice takeaway there by Greenacre. Jacobs with it once again. Hands it off to Greenacre.
Nice look on the backside.
There it is. Charlevoix brings it within 4, 39-35.
Finally had somebody cut on that backside, able to find them too. Oh, don't give up the cheapie.
Yeah, that's where the athleticism from Ellsworth is being shown. They're just kind of having to foul, or else it's going to be just free lane of the basket.
We don't need to foul from the 28-foot mark, though.
That'll go against Peter Yanchulis, his second so far this game. Chalice goes back out to the perimeter, feeds it off here to Essenberg.
By the way, for LeCount, that's 19.
Wow.
19 points.
He's had a hard fight. Yeah, very nice. He's had a very hard fought 19 points. Okay.
Little Sesame Street.
Yeah. Oh, almost had 22 there. That was in and out. Yanchulis with the rebound. Talon Jacobs, a little bit of space.
Nice
Gets it back
look
over
again.
to Moran. Now to McNamara. He's been
strong.
doing a good job on the baseline. There it is, and the Raiders are within a bucket for the first time since the first quarter, 39-37. LeCount, though, once again has an open lane, makes easy work of it, gets across that 20-point line.
Yeah, what you got to do is just leak a defender down the right side because he comes down here every single time, and let's just meet him at the 28-foot mark and say, oh, that's enough. Let's set up an offense.
Fed back over to Jacobs. Just over 5 minutes to go in the game. 4-point affair, 41-37. Carter up to Moran.
Nice
Finding
look.
inside to Yanchulis.
Yep.
There he did. 2 more points, 41-39.
And again, the inside game. And if they collapse 2 or 3 guys down on that, you've got a kick out for an open shot. Backside help, almost.
Chalice, I think, had a good look there. Got a little flustered. The 3-point try, no good.
You're having over the back on Wallace, I believe.
Yes, indeed. So that'll be his fourth foul.
That'll be 4, yep.
Yeah, he's arguing he was going up for the rebound there.
Yeah, yes, he was, but there was a guy in front of him.
Right. Essenberg there on the 3-point try, no good. The Raiders trying to tie or take the lead. The first opportunity to do so since the first period. 4:28 to go in the game. Talon Jacobs, lots of power, and ties the ball game 41 apiece.
Looked like a confident move to the basket.
This second half Raider team has had all sorts of confidence compared to the first half.
Oh, you got to watch the backside.
Wallace, oh, that is an offensive foul if I ever saw it.
And that's 5 on him.
Yep.
The only thing that had me worried about that was quite the sell on that charge. I mean, he basically cleared him out by a good 10 yards. Not quite it was like a pancake block or anything, but.
Right.
But still, it was enough to get that foul anyway.
Yeah, there was an obvious heave of the elbow and shoulder from Wallace, no doubt.
Yeah, that flop inspired by some NBA players, you might say.
Not quite a soccer foul where you think the guy's going to die or something, you know.
Eric, I recall you telling me last year you were pretty good at taking those shots back.
Yeah,
in the
my
day.
teammates called me Hollywood. I could sell that thing like it nobody's business.
And that's why you own a store now. You're a good salesman, right?
Yeah.
And a nice takeaway here by Ellsworth. Charlevoix denied to take the lead here, at least on this trip. And a quick trip down
Nice
there
take.
results in 2 by Chelis.
Yeah, nice tough take on the left side.
43-41, 3:50 to go in the ball game. Raiders settle in here for a moment.
Nice look inside. It's only 2 points and plenty of time. Don't force it. Now he can go up strong. Oh, he was thinking about it, and he's going to get shots out of it anyway.
That was the best take we've seen by Brody Horgan as he tried to work his way in. Draws the foul. They go into the charity stripe for a couple.
3rd foul on Ben Strange.
Yeah, but that all started with Talon Jacobs. I mean, I can't, that first quarter it looked like he was a little nervous, first time you're saying on varsity. And this second quarter, coach telling him, just play, probably just play yourself. You're on here as team for a reason, even though you're a little bit younger. And he's sure playing really good in this 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I try to tell kids, what's it going to do to you? What's it going to do for you to hold back?
Yeah. Nice cleanup on the form there. Horgan gets his, I believe, first point of the game.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout.
All right. Do we want to
Sure, I think we got a 30-second timeout. We'll see officially. 30-second timeout. Yeah, we want to do a little speed.
A little
speed cam here.
Yeah.
So let's quickly see show what they're going to try to do with the box press here. What you're going to do is you want to try to get the ball to go up at one side or the other. You want to force it up one side or the other. What happens is you're going to shift with the ball. You're going to divide the floor into thirds. So then if you're over on the ball side, you're going to slide down and shift to the middle and take care of that middle stuff. And then this guy in the middle here is going to go over and take care of this dump off pass over. That's going to happen when these two come up and double team as the dribble comes up here. Take care of this dump off pass. You got this pass in the middle. You got this pass in the middle here. The only pass you want to give them is a reverse pass to the inbounder, because then they're going to try to go to the other side. So then you just rotate and shift at an angle to where you end up on these 2/3, cutting off the pass here about half court. And about that time they get there, they're getting close to a 10-second call. But you can go back and forth and do this all the way down to the quarter court, and then just set up any zone or a man-to-man, whichever you're doing.
Already after a speed run there, back into this one we go. Ellsworth with the ball. They're up by one and one only.
It's hard to throw a box press up when you need to score points, because it's more of a wear-down press. That's why I would normally do it at the start of the game and just keep doing it, and then get your steals when they're tired at the end.
Chalice working this way down. Met 3 different Raiders. Decided to get it back up top here to Essenberg. That will be Billy Hop back in after a little while. And here's what the Raiders don't want to see. LeCount taking it in.
Almost
goes around and out. So we go up for 2 no matter what.
Yeah, Charlevoix had a couple of those ins and outs in that first half.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're happy to see Ellsworth get a little bit of that.
Especially from that young man there. LeCount needed one of those in and outs here for the Raiders.
Yeah, he's definitely been money tonight. I wouldn't be surprised for him to hit both of these. Nothing but net.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he practiced those a time or two. Yeah, Chulis comes back in for Mr. Horgan.
Yeah, Chulis has been giving them some good minutes on that 5 spot.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him coming in crunch time.
Wow. Net barely moved on that one. So it's back to a 3-point game, 45-42. Still plenty of time left, just over 3 minutes to go. Moran working his way back over to Talon Jacobs, the spark plug of this team in the first second half. There you go.
Nice job. Bad rotation on Ellsworth defense. They're 1-3-1. Their backside guy is not sliding down and leaving that backside block wide open.
McNamara has really come out strong here in the second half, working the baseline, gotten a number of key Raider points. That one will fall just short from Benjamin Strange.
McNamara, 8 points this period alone.
Very
9
nice.
overall for the game.
Very crucial points here as he takes the ball again. Double teamed here in the corner. Gets it back over to Jan Chulis. Tries to spin his way inside. Now it'll be Carter Greenacre from the 3-point line. And it's in. The Raiders have the lead for the first time this game by 2, 47-45.
Yep, now Jan Chulis got to start going back for you. Give up the backside bucket underneath. Nice rotation on the box press that time.
Talon Jacobs takes one away from the hands of Chelis.
You can't get caught moving your head with the ball. You've got to move your body with the ball, because then you're behind.
Moran working this one in. Less than 2 minutes left to go for this game. McNamara here in the corner. Got a little sticky situation. Gets over to Jacobs. Through the hands of McNamara. That could have been a very big moment in this game. Go up by 2. We'll hold off on that for the moment. Minute 47 to go. Ellsworth has the ball back.
Yeah, and if I'm Charlevoix and I get this ball back, I might consider going. We talked about going 50, where we just go 5 out on the perimeter and make them come out to us. We're only getting a layup if it's absolutely there, because we've got the lead. We don't need to force anything. Let's make them come out to us, either foul us or give us a layup.
LeCount not able to get one in. That's 2 missed shots now. He has it right back though from the 3-point line. Jacobs trying to guard him. Back up top we go. Essenberg, no good off the front of the iron, into the hands of Jacobs. Or you could say the talents of Mr. Talon Jacobs as well.
Yeah, see, right now I'd go 5 out and just make them come out to us, because you're going to be able to spread the floor and have wider lanes to be able to beat somebody with.
Yeah, Chulis trying to back himself into a
Ooh,
sticky situation. Back to Greenacre. Oh, just off the mark there. No good. Into the hands of Billy Hop and the rest of the Lancers. LeCount in control. Back to Hop we go. 63 seconds to go in this game. 2-point Raider lead. They had not had the lead at all in this game until the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be a riding foul. McNamara pretty much in his shorts the whole way into the paint.
Raider foul on number 12, Jason McNamara.
His second so far this game. Each team with 3 fouls so far in this period. So automatic trips to the free throw line, not a thing just yet. Count burning a little time off the clock, 46 seconds and counting. He stops at the elbow, goes up for the jumper, falls short. Nice job by Hop to get it, clean things up, cannot get it to fall. Greenacre gets the rebound. The Raiders have 36 seconds of game clock to burn off.
Good initial straight-up defense on Ian Moran.
Then there's a travel call by McNamara.
That's where you always know who your ball handlers are, and you know who your non-ones are. And the non-ones, you always tell them, get it to a guard. Don't need to dribble it. Hang on to it. Make a guard come get it from you. Or if we have a timeout left, I'll waste a timeout or whatever if we need to. But, yeah, you don't want to try to do anything you're not capable of doing in a tight situation. Get it to a guard or hang on to it. Make somebody come over and get it from you.
Ellsworth taking the timeout here. They have control of the ball at the moment, up to 47-43, 32 seconds left to go. Jared, you've been a little quiet. I want to bring you in here for a moment.
I'm just taking this all in. It was first half, 9 points.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really know what we're seeing. You think this is Gaffney's comeback game. Like, where's the energy? Where's the heart? And, well, this second half, I think that's exactly what Coach was saying at halftime because they fired them up. Everyone, Talon Jacobs playing like himself. You see Gaffney hit a couple good threes in that third quarter. And really my favorite player so far, number 11, Jan Chulis. Anytime he's been getting that ball in the post, you see 2 to 3 guys on Ellsworth dive to him, and he's looking to pass to anyone on the wide shot.
Well,
and that three-point line has been helping him.
And let's talk about possibly the difference. You've got Yanchulis and McNamara together with 1 point in the first half. In the second half together, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 points.
Yeah.
So
15 of the Raiders' 38 points just from those two alone working the baseline. .30 ticks on the clock. Each team with 2 fouls to give before automatic trips to the free throw line. LeCount with Moran all over him.
Moran could have got an offensive on him because LeCount threw his shoulder into him.
And that's just the break the Raiders needed. No foul or anything. That one gets through the hands.
You need to get Joe Gaffney in there right now. And that's what he's going to do. There you go.
They give McNamara a rest there on the bench. 18.7 seconds to go.
Now you have a player on the court that you have to keep honest.
Yeah.
You cannot play off of him. You cannot go up and try to get a steal because if you leave Gaffney alone, he's going to burn you.
A little more time on the clock will be burned off.
Got to get another timeout.
Yep. Nolan Essenberg tried to draw the foul. It was just knocked out of bounds. So that burned off another second and a half here without getting a crucial foul. They still have 2 to give.
Yeah, Ellsworth's really gone cold in the second half. Moran has done a really good job with LeCount. He was on fire in that third quarter. I mean, he's up to, I think, 21 points right now.
Yeah.
He's been a kind of one-man wrecking crew for Ellsworth, and once he's gotten slowed down, no one's really seemed to pick up the slack.
Last year coming out of this timeout, I would probably say, let's just have Joe Gaffney up here and beat his man to get the ball and then beat his man to come down the court. Obviously circumstances, if things are a little bit different with his abilities this year. So you could either have 2 up here, 1 screen for the other and get the ball and just have good spacing, or you could go 4 across and have your 2 wing guys either flash up to the ball or flash down away. I like to have flash down the ball and have the 2 inside guys, 1 screen for the other, and then the screener, after the one that screens goes to the ball, the screener turns and then goes down the court for a long pass.
Already coming out of the timeout break here. Ellsworth called it. Charlevoix will have the ball. Again, that attempted foul by Nolan Essenberg resulted in just the ball being knocked out of bounds. That took a second and a half off the clock. We're down to 17.2.
Your other alternative is to have your, you could do 4 across and your 2 on the elbows set outside screens, and those guys come on those screens and go to the ball. Then they come off the screens and go deep.
Alrighty, let's see how this goes. The first time the Raiders have tried this so far this game. Fine there to Greenacre in the corner.
Ooh,
and there's the foul. Yeah, I don't know. That was
Almost lucky with that one.
Yeah.
If that had waited another second, you might have gotten a carry on that or a travel.
I was worried that ball was dribbled on that line. They were going to call it out of bounds.
Yep. The second foul here on Essenberg.
So now you need a screener. Okay, well, they're going to foul him right away.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to, well, let's see what's that at 5 now?
Yep, so that'll send him to the free throw line here for the rest of the game. 12.3 seconds of it.
And I imagine you don't really want to send 5 to the line.
I was just going to say, that's the last person that Ellsworth wanted to send there to the free throw line. Carter Greenacre, we'll see how he does. Say between him and Gaffney. Falls short.
Well, still got a one-possession game.
That's
pending
right.
the free throw.
Checking in for the Raiders, number 12, Jason McNamara.
McNamara will come back in here for Gaffney.
Sub a little offense for defense.
Oh,
Missed both of them, but Talon Jacobs comes away with it. Wow. That young man down there, if we had a Player of the Game award, I'd have to give it to Talon Jacobs tonight. He has been on fire, especially in the second half.
I was just going to say, yeah, he definitely played the second half. You know, gives a lot of credit to McNamara and Chulas too, but yeah, Jacobs kind of your all-around guy for the second half, I think.
Let's see how he can do from the charity stripe. One can guarantee that the game will go to overtime, and he hits it.
There we are. A must-make three here to extend the game for Ellsworth, barring another made free throw from Jacobs.
See if he can hit this dagger. Butter.
There it is. 9 seconds to go.
Yeah, you got to get up. You got to keep him honest, though. No fouls.
3-point heave. That one just off the front of the iron. And the foul called with 0.9 seconds to go. Jacobs will be going back to the line.
What a great job coming out of halftime. Not quite sure from what we were seeing, not quite sure of what we were seeing. But, man, what a great second half by the Raiders.
40 points in the second half, 9 in the first. Pretty remarkable switch of events here.
Yeah, it really did feel like a different team stepped on the floor in that second half. And
3 for 3 so far.
Yeah, Jacobs seems completely unfazed by the moment, just like he's in the gym practicing these free throws.
Yeah, all the weight's taken off of him now.
Oh. Then he throws a dart.
Well, hey, I like even numbers. We got a 50-45 final score here in Charlevoix off a piss missile from Talon Jacobs. All right, we're going to send it to a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, and come back with our Charlevoix State Bank post-game show. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your northern Michigan connection.
Yeah,
I am good.
Alrighty, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, for our Charlevoix State Bank post-game show. Shane Smith, Eric Huffman, Jared Stamen, and his dad, Mr. Tony Stamen, running the camera for us tonight. Gentlemen, what a game we had here. The Raiders found themselves down by 11 at the end of the first half, 20-9. And then they score 41 points in the ensuing second half and come away with the victory, 50-45 here. And what has been, Eric, since I started calling games with you about a year ago, this has definitely been, from my recollection, one of the most impressive Raider games I've seen so far, and very fitting to have it on a comeback game for Joe Gaffney.
Yeah, absolutely. What a special night. And, fortunate that we were able to bring this together because we, at the start, didn't have this on the schedule and then realized that this was the Joe Gaffney game. And it's like it's so nice for everyone to be able to bring this together and have this broadcast tonight. Not quite what we're going to see from Charlevoix in that first half. Like you said, 9 points. And where was their identity and where was the gusto or the will, I guess, that we were used to seeing from the Raiders last year. And, man, what a different second-half Raider team that was. Shout out to Talon Jacobs, probably our all-around player of the game. But, again, Jan Chulas and McNamara, what great games by them. Great to see Joe Gaffney out there and hit a couple threes in the second half, too. Almost kind of sparked. You could see every time he hit those, when he hit those 2 threes, that crowd, just uplifted everything even a little bit more with those. But what a great measuring stick for Ellsworth, though, too, coming out of the Northern Lakes Conference to come play Charlevoix. You got to see from what we saw from Ellsworth tonight, they should be a good team running through the Northern Lakes this year as well.
Yeah, I was really impressed. That first half, I don't know if anyone else really wanted to say it, but you'd think, the Joe Gaffney game, you're playing with the utmost heart, and it looked like there was no heart on the court. And I think, like we kind of alluded to, the coach just sparked something in there. Like, this game means a little bit more than the rest of these games. And, Joe Gaffney being the one to kind of spark the offense was just poetic to the type of game we saw. Big comeback, just kind of, like him. We didn't know if he was ever going to be playing basketball his senior year, and now he's coming out here sparking the offense to a first home win of the season.
Eric, we're going to wrap things up here. Let's go through a scoring report, and then we'll call it good here for our viewers.
Absolutely, yeah. So for Ellsworth, Ezra Wallace with 6, Vincio LeCount with 23 points.
Wow.
Josiah Chalice 9, Nolan Essenberg 3, and Ben Strange 4 points to round out the Ellsworth Lancers. And for Charlevoix, Ian Moran with 2, Isaac Bentz with 2, Carter Greenacre with 11 3 threes for that young man on the night. 7 points for Peter Yanchulas, Jason McNamara with 9 points, Brody Horgan with 1, Talon Jacobs 12 big points to lead the Raiders tonight, and Joe Gaffney with those 2 threes in the third period to spark the Raider offense.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're still trying to wind our way down from this amazing game here. What a way to start the season for the Raiders with a comeback from behind win against Ellsworth, team right down the road. This meant a lot here to our community, of course, with the Joe Gaffney comeback game. So for all of us here at Next Level Broadcasting, we want to thank you for tuning in, and we cannot wait to see more from you next year.
Yeah, we got games coming up this weekend even.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've got the Elk Rapids Invitational, the Ray Graham Elk Rapids Invitational. Eric, Jared, and Tom Clemenson will be on the call for that one. 4 different games that night. We've got Traverse City St. Francis, Elk Rapids, Kingsford coming back down from the UP. They're a very powerful team. Then you got Ovid Elsie from down south. I don't know much about them, but from what I've heard from last year, they were a pretty good squad as well.
Yeah, Friday looks to be a fun evening, those games. And then you've got your third place game, I think, around noon on Saturday, and then the championship game to follow. So, yeah, 2 fun nights of basketball coming up this weekend.
Oh, yeah. We're all looking forward to it.
All right, now I will go through the wrap-up, and we want to thank all of our sponsors here one more time: Charlevoix State Bank, TVC Cherry Capital Airport, Bingham Insurance, and the Lake House of Charlevoix for bringing this game to you, ladies and gentlemen. So for Mr. Tony Stamen, Jared Stamen, Eric Huffman, and myself, Shane Smith, have a wonderful night. We'll see you back here again soon. Good night.